Well, hello there all you absolutely magnificent people, and welcome back to another live stream of An Ecologist Plays. We talk about nature while playing games. We are back in Dawn of Man in our historical play through the ages, try to be as ecologically, well, environmentally friendly as possible. Of course, we are currently in the Middle Stone Age, in the Mesolithic, almost called the Neolithic. We're not in the Neolithic yet. That is the Late Stone Age. We're not there yet. We have traveled through the Paleolithic in the past two live streams. Today we are spending some time in the Mesolithic, but probably relatively quickly moving on to the Neolithic, so onto the Late Stone Age, because this era over here, the Neolithic, is characterized by massive progressions in agriculture. Yes, we are going to be working with some grain today. We are going to be harvesting and making bread and stuff like that. But at this point in time, mankind had not yet domesticated the cereals and other plants. So we were using it, we were eating it, but we hadn't quite perfected the way of getting a great harvest from it. But that happened in the Neolithic. Along with that, of course, we also have domestication of animals, starting with goats, which were probably one of the first animals to be domesticated, after dogs and probably cats as well. And then sheep after that, and then pigs, and then lastly, we had cattle being domesticated. They were one of the last groups to actually be domesticated, along with mules and horses and stuff like that as well. They also came a little bit later on, more in the Copper Age, which we may be hitting before we end this playthrough for now. So tonight we are still doing we're still playing Dawn of Man. Oh, we are apparently low on food. Okay, but we have survived winter, so that is great. We have got 2 meat at the moment, 2 raw meat and 2 fish, 1 raw and 1 dry fish. Okay, so we are going to go hunting again, starting out with a bit of a hunt. Hello there, I see Fire Duck, you are here, I see President, you are here, I see that we also had Get Yeeted here, and Johan, I'm glad you made it, Johan Dark, welcome to the stream, guys. Hope you all are having a wonderful Sunday. Yeah, we had a nice and relaxing day, quite relaxing at least. We played a bit of Grounded, and now, of course, I am just chilling a bit here with all of you this evening for a bit of Dawn of Man. So next week we are still definitely playing this. I'll see whether we are playing another week after that, but then we are going to move on to Paleolithic, which is also set in the Stone Age, but has a bit more of a third-person view type of exploring through the world. We are going to encounter a lot of the same plants and animals we are encountering here, but also very different desert landscapes and stuff like that also in that game. So we are going to do a bit of that as well, and then once we have progressed far enough in there, we're going to probably jump back into Dawn of Man and actually look at the Copper Age, Bronze Age and Iron Age in a little bit more depth, probably for another 4 weeks or so. And then after that we are going to be playing Banished. I forgot to unpause. That'll be the next game we are playing after Dawn of Man and Paleolithic. So quite fun to play all those different games and to be here with all of you. As always, if you guys have any questions or comments, please pop it down in the comments or in the chat below, and I'll be happy to answer, and we can chat about all the different stuff we encounter. Now, I have played a bit in the meantime, and there have been a few almost catastrophes. We've had a few of our, especially the older hunters, almost dying due to hyenas. Yes, I know we are low on food, thank you for that. So we've had hyena attacks, we've had cave lion attacks. Oh, what is that? That is in fact the mouflon I wanted to hunt. There are 2 mouflon over there. I wanted to hunt them because, well, we are low on food, so we may as well set out to go hunt them. Wait, where are they now? There they go. Okay, there they go. Right. May as well set out to go hunt these 2 mouflon, basically the ancestors to the modern day sheep. So these will be the ones that we also will be domesticated later on. Okay, we're also getting quite a bit of knowledge here. So yeah, first of all, we've had animals attacking especially the elders. A few of them were very close to dying due to hunting or due to being attacked by hyenas and stuff. And we also then had a food shortage hitting us at the end of the previous winter as well. We've had a few extra people also coming in and joining the tribe, which has been marvelous. But at the same time, also that puts extra strain on our food resources. So it's great and all. It's lovely the fact that we are getting a lot of new people coming to the tribe. But as mentioned, at the same time, you know, there are some disadvantages. It becomes a little bit more challenging to balance everything. Like it says again there, we are low on food. I'm just looking to see. There we go. This person also has a biface, also has the tool to actually harvest the carcasses here. So we're just going to we harvest the 2 mouflon here. I do want to check if we can get 1 more mouflon. I think we will get some more knowledge points from that. Okay, so we've got wolves up here. Okay, so we do need to check that, and I think we have mouflon over here, or quite a distance away from our camp, so we're probably not going to hunt them now. Alright, we also have, as you can see there, quite a bit of knowledge points up there. So we can spend it, and I think the first thing I want to unlock is actually archery, because archery is going to be so useful that we can have, I think we'll have longer range attacks, and also probably do a bit more damage than just with the slings and the spears. So hopefully our hunters will switch over, or start switching over, to the bows. We're going to grab that, and we are also going to grab grain processing, because even though we are not cultivating the grains yet, we are going to at least be harvesting grains and then baking bread with it, and building mortars to grind it down into a flour to then of course make bread. And yes, we could go on to pulse processing now, which will be beans and stuff like that, but instead of that, I think best would actually be to look at spirituality. So to grab that one, because it is going to unlock totems for us, which will do my tribe a great deal of good, because they are always in poor morale because of the 2 people that have died, and they feel I'm overworking them. So we're going to grab spirituality here. Hopefully the totems will help them to to get more morale again, and then that will also lead us in the Neolithic, in the late Stone Age, to megalithism. Mega, big, lith, rock. So the moving and the use of big rocks. Menhirs, dolmens, stone circles, stone carving, and then of course rolling megalith also unlocked with that. So we're going to grab that one as well. Then we've got 4 points, and we are going to be spending that when we have got 3 more points. Okay. So, people are harvesting here. That is good. In the meantime, our workload, shame, is only 111. Let's see, Johan Dark, you're also asking, did we replace the fishing area since last time? I have moved a bit away from this fishing area over here. As you can see, their fish stocks have replenished a bit. I've been fishing mostly over there in the past, although they also have been replenishing. So instead of actually putting down the fishing spot, I have actually just been saying, okay, go to this one and fish over here. And I know it's probably not the best way to do things, but at least it does kind of get the job done. Okay, I want this one also to be fished, and I think that one over there. A little bit further away, but you know what, fish this one as well. There we go. Now, I want to see the spiritual here. Totems, what do we need? We need 4 sticks, 4 bones, 2 dry skins, and 1 log. And you know what? We actually have all of that. So what we are going to do, again, our totems over here are skull totems and things like that, all facing the river. This is part of my tribe's religion, is that it has to face the river. So, you know, place of origin, place of birth, place of death, in essence. Mainly for our tribe, it is the place of death, because we had our first death, I believe it was Varmek that died over, or Yarmek that died over here, along the banks here. Oh, actually, I think over here, actually. Along the banks, died due to a hyena attack, which was quite unfortunate. Let's see, bows and the... I see Johan Dark, you're also mentioning bows and the upgraded versions are probably universally best weapons in the game, and they are completely renewable in large quantities, but I think you need leather, the advanced one, for them. Okay, so let's see, if we are to make bows, it looks like we just need dry skin, dry hide, and sticks. So what we are going to do is we're actually going to switch bow production on. We are just going to put a limit to it. So I just need to go here. That's limits. There we go. Limits. My bows. There we go. Bows over here. We're going to make it that every adult, 75% of the adults can have bows. 100%. All the adults must have bows. That is going to be very useful when defending us against invading tribes. Alrighty. The 2 fishing spots can be fished by 1 villager, and he or she will be completely satiated over the year from that, and can even make a little surplus of food. Oh, that's nice. Now, fishing is, in real life as well, such a wonderful way to sustain a tribe. So, definitely in the past, I mean, you've got lots of cultures almost completely relying on fishing. If you look, for example, Lake Malawi, people along there, and Lake Tanganyika, Lake Malawi, Lake Victoria, all the big Rift Valley lakes in East Africa, all the people living along those lakes almost completely or largely reliant on fishing in their lakes. And that's what makes it also so sad that in places, I believe in Lake Victoria, if I'm not mistaken, the Nile perch, which is an exotic to the area, was brought in to help the fishing industry. But in essence, what it just did is the people didn't want to catch the Nile perch. Instead, they wanted to catch their cichlids and stuff that they were catching, and the Nile perch were wiping out those fish. So the fishing industry actually completely tanked as a result of the introduction of these big predatory fish. But that's where people, that have got nothing to do with the area, like they come into an area and they go, oh, we must do this, and this will help you to do well in your tribe and survive the winters and stuff like that, and then it just doesn't work. Completely annihilates the ecosystem. Okay, you can probably put 4 automated spots for fishing near a village, with every spot using 2 unique river paths. Okay, we can definitely try that. We'll do that in a moment. Just want to quickly check here. So, what we can get from this trader, we can get leather, we can get dried fish, we can get grains, we can get cured meat, we can get skins, dry skins, and... oh, skins outfit, sorry, not skins. Skins outfit and logs. And what we can trade, a whole bunch of other things. But we don't have a lot of skin outfits. We probably need to make some of that as well soon. Soon we will. Okay, so these things, value of 1, value of 5, we're not going to worry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell these normal wooden spears. We don't use the wood spears, so I'm going to sell that. We're going to grab is a whole bunch of dried fish, because why not? We can. We're also going to grab some grains, because we can again. And you know what? Because it is so cheap, we're going to grab some dried meat as well, secured meat. And then, what else can we grab? I think, you know what, we may as well grab the 1 leather. And, okay, that has put us slightly over. You know what, we're not going to grab the leather. That is fine. I'm going to put that, there we go. Okay, that's fine. That's a good trade, and off they go. Oh, I love the fact that they're actually carrying the goods with a sled. Because before the invention of the wheel, or in areas where the wheel also wasn't used, either wasn't invented or was of no use, the sled like this would have been a very, very useful way to actually drag a whole bunch of heavy stuff around. Oh, that's marvelous. So in, for example, South America, the Aztecs, the Mayans, all those people living, especially in the jungle areas, didn't use the wheel. They didn't have carts. Not only because they didn't have like horses to drag the carts around or to carry the carts. Instead, or mainly because it was also a horrible area for wheels. You can imagine trying to have a wagon going through the jungle. Not going to work. Not going to work very well, at least. So, yeah, it was simply not used. It was simply not. It was not used simply because it wouldn't have been feasible to use it. That's what I wanted to say there. Okay, let's see here. Cherry trees, that's going to bear fruit in summer. Now I think our food supply is perfectly fine. Now, what next? What next? So we've got 4. Let's just quickly, I'm just gonna, okay, it is boars, great stuff. What I'm probably going to grab next will be possibly pulse processing, or pulses, or possibly bone polishing. Because this is going to allow us to make the bone sickle, which I think may be necessary to actually harvest some of the grains and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Alright. Since the harvest, or see, Johan, you mentioning since we researched crop harvesting, might give a few tips about, if interested. Yes, please do give some tips. Always great to get more tips. And then fun fact, traders change their means of transport to advanced ones in this game. Oh, depending on your current age. Okay, so since we are in the Middle Stone Age, in the Mesolithic, I guess that's why they are using the what's its name there, little sled, basically. Okay, it was Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, it seems. Goran and Emina, the 2 traders, they're moving off. Alright, now if we just look at what we need in order to get more skill points, if we hunt 1 more cave bear or 1 more ancient bison, we are going to get some skill points there, or 3 more wolves, some cave lions, ibexes, or 1 mouflon. Okay, that's all doable. I think what I'm going to do I'm going to grab some of these hunters. That's 4 hunters. Yeah, but I think 5 hunters because we did have the pack of wolves over to this side. Yeah. Okay, so I think what we are going to do, we are going to move over here. Actually, we can just say hunt this one over there and the dogs should come along. I have also off screen lost quite a few dogs. I think I had 5 dogs and I ended up with 1 dog because the cave hyenas wiped out 4 of them that were walking far away from camp. So there was unfortunately nothing I could do at that point to help them. They didn't make it and I'm very sad about that, but I have been taming up some more again and currently we again have 5 doggos, 5 doggies that are part of our tribe. So yeah. Okay, so we'll need sickles to harvest any type of crops, including the wild ones. Bone sickles and knives are best because you'll have lots of bones, and they are the best renewable ones. Great stuff. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be working on that. We just need to get more technology points. Okay, so let's just speed the game up a little bit so that our hunters can... There we go, the first totem has been constructed. Okay, and here we go. We are going to be hunting the wolfies now. Oh, okay, I'm a little bit fast here. There we go. I believe that is another adult. Yeah, that is another adult. Attacking Emil. Emil is an old woman. Emil is alright. Emil has seen some harsh winters. Everybody, please do attack the wolfie there, though. There we go. Alrighty. You guys are now just kind of doing your own thing. I want you to look for the mouflon. Where is that mouflon? The mouflon was, I think, up in the mountains. If I'm not mistaken. There it is. There it is. Okay, so what have we got here? I think that is an old woman. Okay, so I think these are 2 hunters. Yes. You can just come and... No, not gather. Stand here. And you 2 also run over here. Thank you. I want 4 people to hunt the mouflon. Oh, what have we got there? I think those are bears. I think we've got bears there as well. Okay, so you guys can come and hunt the mouflon there, and then... Oh, no, those are boars. Okay, oh, we'll get back to the boars in a moment. We're just going to hunt our wild sheep over here. Have we got a male? Yeah, this is a male, so it should have bigger horns than the females. I'm not sure where the mouflon females are. But yeah, look at those beautiful horns. As mentioned before, horns different from antlers. Horns, the animals will have it throughout their life, whereas the antlers are shed annually, so they'll grow during the rutting season, and they shed it at the end of the rutting season. With horns as well, you've got bone inside this, a living bone inside this, and it is coated with keratin. It is covered with keratin. Same thing as your hair and your fingernails, okay? But in antlers, you do have bone inside as well, so it is living up to the point shortly before they drop the antlers. At that point, the blood vessels there basically stop pumping blood to the bone, and the bone dies, so it's no longer living bone. But that bone there of the antler, instead of being covered with keratin, it is actually covered with skin, with velvet, as it is called. And then as the antlers age, the blood vessels there to the skin also gets cut off, the velvet falls off, and you're left with a bone as the antler. Okay, so difference between bones and horns. Okay, now I did see that we do have apparently a wolf attack. There was a notification about a wolf attack, and I just want to quickly check whether that refers to the wolf attack that was there, or is there another wolfie attacking some people over here? Okay, I don't see any wolf attacks here. Okay, so it's probably, yeah, the wolfies that were attacking Emin over here, or Emek over here. Okay, so that's fine. That is fine. Okay, these 4 people are going to just quickly hunt. There we go. Wooden spears also made. That also will give us some more knowledge points. And stalking, of course, stalking the prey. Trying to get as low as possible to make you less visible, or as little possible as possible. As little visible as possible. There we go. And there we go. Mouflon, also 5 of those hunted. Now, do I have... No, I don't have any tool to actually cut that with. Okay, that's fine. Now, before I forget, oh, what have we got here? That is, that's the young female wolfie. That's fine. We're not worrying about them. There were boars here. Where are the boars? Oh, here they are. Here they go. Okay, going across the mountain. Okay, so there's an adult. Oh, that is marvelous. There's an adult. There are 2 little piglets here. And there's another piglet at the back here as well. Are there... No, there are no more. Okay, there are only these 4. Oh, there we go. There is another adult over here. Who have we got? We've got the boar over there. We've got a male. And we've got the sow over here, the female. Just quickly want to check something. Do you have sexual dimorphism between the sow and the boar? Okay, so the sow over here has got some nice tusks at the bottom there. I'm curious to see whether the boar, or the male, has more prominent tusks. Almost looks like it. Yeah, it does look like it. There we go. Big tusks. So these tusks there, being the typical teeth there, I believe, yeah, in all these cases, they are teeth growing from the lower jaw. Warthogs, for example, they will also have tusks with a little bit more curly tusks. In those cases, it's both teeth from the top jaw as well as from the bottom jaw that actually form those big tusks. The biggest part of the tusk you see in the warthog would actually be the upper tooth there. That, you know, that's a thick one that grows to the side there. But there's also a razor sharp one growing from the lower jaw, growing in a kind of like a little groove in that top tusk there. And you don't generally see it unless they, of course, are opening their mouths and chewing and stuff like that. But that lower tooth, oh, that one inflicts damage on you. Like if it bites you, that's the one that does more damage than the big tusk on the top there. Anyway, so the tusks here, of course, very useful for defending yourself if you are feeling threatened. They can be formidable. I mean, boars are big, pigs are big. So you can imagine this charging at you. I have not been charged by a wild boar. I have in one here while on campus and doing research on frogs at night on campus. I was chased 8 times by bush pigs, which are the local wild pigs we've got in South Africa. So yeah, not fun, not fun. Some of those times I was on a bicycle, other times I was actually walking. I've been chased by them multiple times. Never, ever fun. All right, but yeah, that is lovely piggies, and I look forward to actually domesticating these wild boars later on. Let's see, also, tips regarding crops. There are 2 general types of things to sow. Wheats and pulses both have 4 different types. These last around 2 months without storing. Okay, that's good to know. I think we've got eichhorn over here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, we've got emmer. That's a grain. We've got emmer over here. There we go, einkorn. Einkorn we also have. That's also another cereal we've got there. Oh, more piggies moving through here. Oh, that is the same piggy that we've got moving along here. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to attack this family now. Yeah, sure. Hunting wild boars would give me, I think, if I killed 3 of the 4 over here, that would have given me more knowledge points, but I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. Let's see. Flour lasts 2 months and bread only 1 month after creation, but every step resets their durability. So in total, 1 wheat, 2 bread can last 2.75 years without storage bonus. Oh, that's quite nice. Let's see here also. Bone polishing. There we go. Bone polishing. That is what I needed. Because this will allow us now to make bone sickles. Okay. Now, I'm hoping someone actually comes to make the bone sickles. And you know what? We're also going to make 2 bone knives just because we can. And we need it. Righty. The agriculture will be coming to this tribe soon enough. It will be a while still, but we need to get the Neolithic, but I'm sure soon enough we will. Now, going to this here, I'm going to just plop down a nice big one. Ooh, a new human was born. That is great stuff. I'm going to put 2 people on fishing in the 3 spots over here. And that means from here onwards up to here, we can place another fishing spot. So I'm just going to enlarge it like that. And also, actually, here we go, like that. And also put 2 people down here so that we can have quite a bit of fishing being done. And then I think one last area, I think this one is up to here. So from here onwards up to here, I can have 1 more fishing spot. So let's do that. Fishing spot right over here. There we go. And we also make 2 people fishing here. But I do think what we do need, though, would be some bone harpoons. Okay, so that will hopefully also be made soon enough. The workload is actually quite relaxed, only 130% workload. So 30% more work that needs to be done than people can actually do at this point in time. But at least it means that, you know, whenever they are done with one task, they should be able to just move on to the next task. I see you also mentioning, Johan, that disease is a random event and targets one type of those farms, practically killing all of them for all the year. So diversification reduces losses. There are minor differences between crop types. Okay, that is indeed very good to know. But I've got an idea regarding, you know, planting crops in ecologically orientated manner. So we'll see when we get there. We'll see whether that works or not. All right. So if I make 4 more totems, that is going to also give me more knowledge points. Also, if I make a mortar. So I think, let's see. Production, that should be, yeah, there we go. A mortar, a rock to crush grain into flour. We're going to have that. I think we should have that quite close to the storage area. So let's have that right over here. People can come to the totem over here and regain their morale as people are grinding stone in the background there. Also just going to get someone, hopefully, to come and mine the 2 stones there. Can I check the burial sites here? The burial mounds? No people in there at the moment. Are you coming to? There we go. You are going to the Mouflon to come and slaughter that. That is good. And there is 1 meat, 2 hide, and 1 bone left over there. Okay. Good. We are heading into or very close to summer, which means that a lot of the food will also now will be ripe. The emmer over here and the einkorn should be ready to harvest then. Oh no, that's only in fall. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, also in fall. So in autumn we'll be able to harvest that. It seems these crops, these grains are summer growing grasses. Wheat, at least wheat in South Africa, are winter growing grasses or cereals. I'm not sure in the game here whether they are winter growing or summer growing. Probably summer growing because in winter this area is covered in snow. Whereas in South Africa, at least in the areas where we grow grain, we don't have snow falling in those areas. So our grain actually grows in winter in South Africa. Right, I'm just double checking what trees we have got around here. We do have cherry trees and stuff like that. Ooh, I do remember now that what we also have coming up is fruit tree domestication, which means that we'll be able to plant these trees that we have here. Oh, we are again low on food. No, surely not. Oh, it is because, well, we've got 22 people, so we are requiring quite a lot of food. We definitely need to start domesticating the cereals and stuff like that. Okay. So,